Today we will be discussing algebra, the fundamental concept of algebra. Now, what is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that uses letters or symbols to represent the unknown values or the numbers. We will come across certain terms in algebra which form the basics of algebra. Now, first are the literals. Literals are the letters used to represent unknown quantities or values. They are also called variables, as the value is not fixed and can vary or can change. The constants are those symbols which have a fixed value or value remains the same. These quantities are termed as constants. Example, the numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. The combination of literals and constants, the value will always vary. Suppose I take, for example, 2x, so this is also termed as a variable. Why? Because the value of x is unknown. It can vary, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. The value of this expression can change. Okay. Then we move on to algebraic expressions. And what are algebraic expressions? It is a combination of constants and variables connected by the 4 arithmetic operations. Since you know the 4 basic operations in mathematics are the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So these expressions are the combination of constants and variables connected by 4 arithmetic operations. In the first example, 4x, I am taking 4x as one example, and this is an algebraic expression where 4 is a constant and x is a variable. Second example is 3a minus b. 3a minus b. Both variables are connected by a negative sign. Then 2x plus 3y minus 4. These are also connected by plus and minus signs. Now, what are terms of algebraic expressions? If you see in all 3 examples, there are certain parts. 4x, that means 4 multiplied by x. 4 is connected to x by multiplication sign. 3a minus b. 3a and b are connected by minus sign. So, what are terms of expressions? These are the parts of an expression that are connected by the plus sign or minus sign. Remember, see, if you note it down, it's plus or minus sign. So, in this case, I've taken the last example, 2x plus 3y minus 4. 2x is one term, 3y is another term, and minus 4 is another term. If there is no sign before a number or a variable, it is always treated to be a positive value. Then if you move on to next definition, factors of the term. So what are factors of a term? When literals and coefficients are multiplied to form a product, then each quantity multiplied is called a factor of the product. When literals and coefficient are multiplied to form a product, then each quantity is multiplied is called a factor of the product. That means, suppose we take an example, 25 x square y, and factorize it. You know how to factorize it? It's 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by x multiplied by x and multiplied by 1. The square of a number is the number multiplied by itself twice. Suppose I take 2 square, that means 2 square is 2 into 2, that will be 4. 3 square, I said number multiplied by itself twice, 3 into 3. So in this case, this is known as the base and this is known as the power or index or exponent. So if a base is raised to a power, that base is multiplied by itself that many times as the power is. Is it clear? Now, 25x square y, the factors of 25 are 5 into 5, x square into x into x into y. So these three are known as the literal factors. And these are the numerical factors. Constant factor, that is numerical factor, is known as the constant factor. This is also known as constant factor. And the variable factor is known as the literal factor. This is the variable. Then constant term and coefficient. In another example, we take suppose 25 xy. So 25 in this case is known as the constant. And you know what is constant? Constant is the value which has a fixed value. It's a number which has a fixed value. This is a constant. And this is the variable. These are the variables. X and y are the variables in this case. So constant, the numerical coefficient. Now suppose the question comes, find out the numerical coefficient of 25xy. To write the numerical coefficient of 25xy is 25. And what are the literal coefficients of 25xy? The literal coefficient of 25xy is xy. Is it clear? Now, in the same example, suppose you are asked to find the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x will be is 25y. Coefficient of y is equal to 25x. And coefficient of 25 is equal to xy. This is how to find the numerical coefficients and literal coefficient. Okay? And suppose we find the literal coefficient of 25xy, the literal coefficient of 25xy is xy. Now, like and like terms. And this is very important. And we will move on to the fundamental operations in algebra. First, what are like terms? Like terms are those terms which have the same literal coefficient. Suppose these are two terms, 7a and minus 4a. These can be termed as like terms. Why? Because the literal coefficient is same, that is a. Or another example we can take 3ab minus 9ba. If we change the order of the coefficients, it will still remain the same. So we can say 3ab and minus 9ab are the like terms because we have the same literal coefficients. Suppose another example is 3x square and x square. These are also termed as like terms because the coefficients, literal coefficients are same. And in unlike terms are those terms which do not have the same variable, which do not have the same variable. Example we can take 7a minus 3ab 4xy. These are all different terms and therefore they are known as unlike terms because there is nothing similar. If you say that there is a present in 3ab, it's still different because the literals I've said which are the same variables. Same variable means same. A where b is there, we cannot say that a 7a and minus 3ab are like terms. They are unlike terms. Okay.